Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News, and wow, what an entertaining 24 hours once again. The timeline has been on fire in the Valorant scene the last day or so. TSM out of the North American qualifier, getting clowned all over the timeline. Loads to dive into today. Very much intrigued to your thoughts down below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for all the new subs yesterday. Yesterday's video was by far the most successful one we have ever had on this channel. Really appreciate it. Shame I have to use a different camera today because my other one was playing up. We'll be back in business very soon. Firstly, this from Bodog talking about the G2 Pipson situation. A lot of people were rather surprised, and understandably so, that T1 got straight up disqualified for their coach saying stuff in the game chat and accidentally leaking it right to the admins that then dealt with it. They kind of exposed themselves in a way. But Pipson did a very similar thing, it seems, for G2 in their qualifier just recently, right? Where he was kind of spotted while talking in the background when Nuki was making a clutch. Now, still, nothing has come as a result of that. And who knows, right? If some of these big teams, G2, T1, are doing some of this stuff, who knows what other organizations have been doing as well. As Bodog says, you think Pipson was the only coach actually coaching in the middle of the game? There were some who were way worse than this during the qualifiers. So this is quite incredible, really. Like, are the admins just letting them get away with this? Or are they actually looking into this and trying to deal with it? Because it seems like in North America there was an instant punishment, whereas in Europe nothing really too much has happened. But yeah, who knows what's actually going on? If this could just be the tip of the iceberg, right, in terms of what's actually come out over these last couple of days. This also, just to mention real quick, from the Furia front, they Abel J, you guys might know this name from the Counter-Strike side, I'm pretty sure before. He joins Furia as the 5th player of their Valorant roster. This also just to say, as we dive once again into this North America qualifier, this is the prize pool for the main event for challengers when well, first place is going to walk home with 50k. The total prize pool is 200,000. Not too bad. These 6 teams of course were qualified, but still 2 more qualified last night, and we're going to have 4 more in just a few days time. Of course, some of these rosters that failed to get in from this first qualifier. Now TSM with their new roster survived a pretty big scare up against Luminosity in the lower brackets. They won a crazy game 16-14. This 1 versus 2 from Wardell got them over the line. But of course, well, last night they would have to play up against a Crew, this kind of new North American team. They've been killing it in all these kind of online tournaments and stuff, and also LAN tournaments. They have been playing to great effect. But still, were they going to be able to do it up against a team like TSM? Absolutely, they could. Even as Steel says, damn, a Crew got a bye too. So everyone was just roasting at TSM relentlessly on the timeline. Some of the stuff we're going to see here in a second is, I mean, look, it's very entertaining from one perspective. The players have been certainly catching a fair bit of the brunt, but I guess that's what happens when you're a public figure and a player like this. So this is how the bracket goes, right? I did turn it to dark mode today. You guys seem to want that one. And, well, here we go. So TSM beat Luminosity in that series we saw. They then got the forfeit victory up against T1, that the series they probably would have lost, given the way it was going. And then they played a Crew. So they lose 2-0 to a Crew. A Crew went on to lose to the Guard. The Guard qualify. NRG qualify as well from the lower side. They beat Knight, and then Rise lost to NRG 2-0. Quite remarkable, really, because Rise seemed like odds-on favourites finally to qualify here. They were looking so good at the end of last season as well. NRG, though, this new team with Haste and Co, they just dominated things. But I mean, this is really how things went. A Crew versus TSM. This was a remarkable series. 2-0 for a Crew at the end of the day. We've got Fracture game 1 goes 13-9, and then the game 2 on Icebox is 13-9 as well. So honestly, not all that much of a fight put up by the guys on TSM at the end of it. And we can see the overall series stats right here. It's Wardell +4. Like, Rossi had a tough series. Pancakes was dominating. Like, these guys, there's a lot of people haven't really heard all that much of. Like, they had some cracking series here. And honestly, like, 2-0. Incredible stuff. TSM nowhere near the caliber that they need to be. And, I mean, yeah, so Crew say, like, some of the stuff that was in the timeline. I mean, yeah, light work. Straight up, TSM, they're dead. They're buried. They're out of there. But, of course, they will be back on February the 3rd when the second qualifier begins. But, this is not how they wanted it to go, especially after, they kind of beat T1 in a very controversial fashion. Sabrosa came out, he was talking about it on the timeline. He, you could argue if he didn't do that, would it have been investigated? Would it have actually been, would the series have been overturned? Would TSM have won that series by default if it wasn't talked about by Sabrosa and the other guys on the timeline? Maybe not, right? Therefore, a lot of people even said maybe it should have just been a 1-map disqualification. Would they, should they have disqualified for the entire tournament? Who knows? But still a controversial one, and people wanted justice for T1 to some degree. Some people were looking to take down TSM. 2-0 versus TSM was super free, no cap, playing Guard next to qualify. That's one of the players from the Crew side. This also from Sabrosa, right, explaining it. GG well played, 0-2 versus a Crew. Hella throws, wow, unlucky, he says. So yeah, reckons unlucky, we just, threw stuff away. Like, at the end of the day, there's probably not all that much luck involved to get 2-0 by a Crew. But still, this is what he has to say on the timeline. And, T1 would have won that, says Zell says. So loads of talk really about the fact that TSM, they've been killing it on Twitter, but in the server, things haven't exactly been so ideal. And, I mean, this, for example, from Yay, I'm pretty sure this was like a meme that was going around a copy pasta in the Twitch chat and stuff. TSM Ross is a tactical genius. He's best known for his signature tactic, sub rosa go tweet, right? Because that seems to be the play that they can win series with. And when they can't do that, things didn't really work out all that well. This from ShahZaM as well kind of sums up the situation. TSM's best performance was on Twitter. I'll share a clip for you guys real quick with ShahZaM's thoughts on stream really about the state of TSM and the fact that again 2021 wasn't good for them. 2022 might not be good for them either. Maybe we need to wait for TSM 2023.
Do
you think it's TSM 2022? I think there's always 2023. TacticalRab, they go tier 1.
So this seems to be the general opinion right now within the Valorant scene that yeah, North American Valorant, do we want to actually win the tournament, or is it more worthwhile like getting the Twitter impressions, right? It seems like Europeans are pretty good at winning the actual events, but North American teams pretty good at winning those Twitter impressions. So yeah, right now definitely TSM falling maybe into the latter bracket, and well, that is of course causing a fair bit of controversy, especially because as guys like Vanity say, like this is of course at the end of the day, TSM underperformed. They were expected to do better than this. Losing to a team like a Crew was a bit of a surprise, and as Vanity says, Mickey Mouse tourney grinders looking insane. Maybe it's the secret. Guys like a Crew, they yeah, they play an awful lot of tourneys, right? They play a lot of these online NSG tourneys. They play any LAN tournaments they can possibly go to, and you know, what a surprise, they're actually pretty good right when they turn up to a real event. Whereas a lot of these teams, maybe they don't practice as much as they should. That's been certainly the talk and the accusations leveled at guys like TSM, other organizations as well, that end up losing to these quote-unquote lesser teams and lesser players that have actually been grinding way more. So maybe there is something to that. This also from Corey, right, from TSM, just realized how much hate I'm getting, like what is going on, right? And yeah, I guess this is just how it goes. Welcome to TSM Gaming, as Chet says here in the replies. Now the coach on the NV side. This also from Sabrosa, right, kind of well, crowning things off. All troll aside from the drama yesterday, no excuses from us. We didn't perform, have to take things more serious. We'll bring a new look and give fans a all for the next one. This is quite interesting, right? Have to take things more serious, saying that you know, maybe they're not taking things seriously enough already, which is a big surprise when you're in a massive gauntlet of a qualifier that you've got to come top 4, right, which is not easy with the caliber of these teams. Sorry to the TSM fans, they will go again in a few days time. But one team that did qualify was this new NRG lineup. Really incredible, the fact that Hayes, being formerly of TSM, like is actually outperforming on NRG significantly what TSM have done since kicking him from the roster. Tex, of course, and NRG, they had a great match. They beat Rise a comfortable 2-0 at the end of it. I mean, look at this. Som, Android, like they were all going off. EU as well. Tex, I mean, Hayes is just sitting back relaxing with 11 kills over 2 maps because he doesn't need to get any frags with the rest of these guys just popping off as they were. 13-3 on Ascent. Rise got completely blown out, and then the game 2 was 13-3 as well. Like this series was just not even close. Like just phenomenal performance from NRG, and they moved through without the care in the world. And all this talk really before this actually was kicking off about the Rise Nation guys, they're going to get bought out by another organization, like some other orgs going to come in and swoop these guys up because they're looking so good. That's well, obviously fell off a cliff for them so far. They still could qualify. There's still another qualifier coming up in a few days time, starting on February the 3rd through the February the 6th, I believe, when 4 of these teams outside of the 4 that I've just qualified can have a chance to go again. Shank says, look, gotta take a little break, see you guys next qualifier. Just could not hit a shot in that final series. But the guards, also the other team to qualify, a Crew, they'll have to go again next week as well, because yes, the guards get over line. These guys seem to be next up, so do NRG. Very excited about the future of these rosters, and that leaves these teams confirmed for the North American challenges. So Cloud9, Sentinels, 100T and Envy, they got through automatically off their champions performances last year, and then Virgin 1 except the Guard and NRG, the 4 teams to qualify through the first open qualifier. 4 more teams to come. T1 are in there, TSM are in there, a Crew are back in there as well. Many exciting things I'm sure to discuss here over the coming days, but very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. FaZe Clan as well, deserving of a mention for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting the like button tells the YouTube gods it's a good video. Others like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thank you much as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
Is trying to hold things back, and we got a bunch of trades going in. Trent's on a 2 versus 1, looking to clutch this, but the spike is down. Cosmic Divide on the defender's side. He's trying to hold back towards the sidewalk. A lean out for the first goal. Oh, what a flick there with the pancakes, and it's going to be the guard winning this 13-7, and Trent, the clutch player for the Red Bull Clutch.